guess we just do you want to do the pre-show conversation, or just fuck it, get right in it?
What the fuck should we talk about this time?
I don't know.
Just use that. Just use that one sound clip.
Seriously.
Yeah. So
what else?
I guess we could talk about how the fuck. Why would you eat in your car and lock yourself out of your car? What possessed you to do that?
Dude,
Believe me, I talked to him about it.
I just got a sandwich. It was a fucking hot day. I just wanted to put on some air conditioning, sit in my comfy car.
Don't you work in an air-conditioned building?
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Is it exactly the same?
No, because the back room's chair is not as comfy as my driver's seat.
Okay.
Yeah, because somebody
And I was
caved that shit
contemplating
in.
taking a nap in my back.
Okay. Well, you can't be napping at work, I guess.
No.
They look down on that kind of behavior.
Yeah. I'm paranoid there's a secret camera that I'm not aware of.
In your car?
In the break
In
room.
his car. Yeah. Dukes is watching him.
I'll just catch it up. Yeah, I mean, Dukes has got his ants all over the place with cameras.
Overlord.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again. We're rated M for Mature. I'm your host, Magnetic, and with me, as always, are my co-host, Totes.
Turn my fucking mic up.
And Archer.
It wasn't actually me forgetting the keys in the car.
It wasn't me.
Right?
Who did that?
Who were you with?
Right?
It was an elaborate Duke scheme to get your keys, and he got the ants to
For
walk
all
them back
our
in.
viewers out there.
He's already got copies of all of our house keys.
I mean viewer.
Oh,
What's up, Joel? For real though, don't ask CA. It wasn't me, I swear. I didn't have to call them. Standing outside for half an hour. Anyways.
That's the thing. So we just saw Ant-Man tonight. It just opened the other day, one day before this recording.
yeah, buddy.
So we probably will be getting into spoilers here, people, but by the time we have uploaded this, it shouldn't be a big deal, and if it is, well, fuck, we're sorry. You should know this by now. How many casts have we done where we just fucking go right into spoiler town?
Yeah, and I mean, Ant-Man, well, it's...
You guys can drag me kicking and screaming into
Yeah.
spoiler town.
I guess you can just fast forward until we get to some other nonsense.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's not a bad movie or anything. I just don't think it's on the level of must-see hype as, like, an Avengers movie or something like that. So, spoiling it, fuck it.
Yeah, before we really get into it though, did you like it, Archer? Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I thought it was really fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. I thought it was going to be... I mean, going in with knowing Paul
Did you
Rudd
think it was
isn't
going to be fucking horse?
No.
That's fucking horse.
No, I mean...
We love you, Dukes.
I mean, going in, I thought that it would be funny. Paul Rudd is a funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I don't know.
Agreed.
I enjoy his work in comedy roles and stuff like that. And, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. And, even the fight scenes were really cool. I really enjoyed how they really meshed the, like, normal-sized fights with the shrink fights.
Yeah,
like,
the
it
transition was
how
really
they were
cool.
transitioning all the time between it. Like, just the how they really capture with the cinematography the scale of what it would be like to be that small. And, like, see all these normal, just completely mundane objects around you
like
become
a
these
bathtub.
huge, interesting monuments.
I think that also hurt it too. And I'll get into that later. But
Or
for
a
sure.
penis.
I thought it was great. I like the size thing was cool, but I also thought it hurts the movie as well too. But whatever, we'll get into that soon enough. Totes,
I was the only person that was legitimately
Yes.
excited going into this movie.
you were the fucking biggest cheerleader for this movie for the last 2 weeks.
I'm the biggest cheerleader of any superhero movie, so I'm kind of biased. But I thought it was really good. I really liked the way that they added to the existing universe. They mention other movies. They straight up call an audible for the Avengers.
Yeah, no, and I like that they. I think we were talking about this before too. I like that they got it out of the way. The elephant in the room. Why don't we just call the big guns, right? And
I really like the parallel.
the explanation
between-
is they don't fucking like you, Ant-Man. They're not coming. No, I'm just kidding.
I really like the parallel between Hank Pym and Tony Stark, though. That's would it be Howard Stark? Maybe I guess.
Yes,
because they're older in this
It's
universe.
his dad.
Yeah.
Well, it's Tony's dad.
Yeah, but I think there's also a parallel with Tony, it seems, that they're going to be establishing.
Maybe. Yeah, I think it'll tie in somewhere. He's his father's son kind of thing, I guess.
Well, it's cool how they are, at this point, just completely acknowledging aspects of the universe as, like, pretty everyday things for these people. Like, it's not ridiculous anymore. And I like how they did that in Daredevil, too, actually. You know, like, it's all kind of merging
it's all
into
tied
this
in.
one very cohesive thing.
Yeah.
And that you can have these stories of, like, extraordinary things happening without it directly being linked to the Avengers.
I do like that too. You know? I really do. And I wish just to go off topic here for a quick sec, I wish that the DC TV shows right now would tie into the movies, but they've already said that they're going to be separate entities. And I think that's too bad because it's a really missed opportunity. I like that Marvel's got this massive universe going
I don't know.
on.
I think it's just a different opportunity. Now you have two shots at the same swing when Marvel's just, okay, one shot, let's do it.
I guess it's just like, how many fucking times are we going to see Thomas and Martha Wayne die?
Yeah, you get
how many times?
Well,
like we know, guys.
With the new Batman movie, I don't think we're going to do that. We're going to see probably.
But in the preview,
we'll talk about those later.
That little clip.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a bit. Going back to Ant-Man, though, for myself, I was expecting to fucking hate this movie.
Yeah, you shit on it for like
this
3
guy's
weeks.
superpowers is fucking shrinking, for Christ's sake. Who gives a shit? Go fucking disappear and get out of my face. Like, I just really thought this movie was going to be subpar.
Magnetic likes his beefcakes.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know what to expect from it. That was the whole thing for me. Like the trailers I saw, and you know, just knowing a little bit about the hero as well. And I'm not a big Marvel fan, as anyone who knows.
Keyword on little.
Yeah. I just thought, you know, like when you have guys like Hulk and Thor and Captain America
and Hawkeye
and Loki and Thanos and the Guardians, like you have these larger than life cast of characters, and you got a guy who's a fucking ex-con who can shrink to a size of an ant and talk to ants. Like how do you fit this guy into this bigger universe?
He fits in the universe with a talking tree and a raccoon that's obsessed with explosive weapons.
Yeah, I know, but these guys are also very powerful. Like Raccoon can make fucking a bomb out of almost anything, and he's this genetically mutated.
Well, look at Star-Lord. He just has 2 super-powered weapons, basically.
But he's Han Solo. That's...
Yeah, but that's not a superpower.
But he's fucking ultra cool. Like, Ant-Man's not cool. Dude, you're in a biker, you're in the tight leather suit, and you can talk to ants.
I'm of the belief that all superheroes are cool in their own right.
Plus Star-Lord got a pink chick, and didn't he get a different chick?
And he was part of the FBI as Burt Macklin.
So I wasn't expecting this movie to be good, but when I saw it, I actually, the more I kind of forced myself not to think about it being a Marvel movie, I started enjoying it more as a caper movie that had sci-fi elements to it. And I think if this
caper?
Yeah. You know, if it wasn't part of the Marvel universe, I think I would have enjoyed it more. But, you know, like, when he makes that comment, I went toe-to-toe to an Avenger and lived. How about that? Well, you fought the fucking Falcon, dude. It's not like you fought the Hulk or Thor. Like, really?
I think you would stand just as good of a chance against those two, though.
No, I don't think so. Hulk just claps his hands together and shorts out the suit and he dies or whatever, right? I mean...
Or Iron Man just is like, okay, Jarvis.
Yeah.
The thing about superheroes is no matter how lame they are, they never win in a fight against another superhero.
Yes, that's true. They don't. Marvel's pretty protective of their properties, but I'm not like, again, I'm not trying to belittle Ant-Man here, but it's just I'm just trying to elaborate the point of, you know, he's such a almost ordinary type of hero compared to these gods that wield this power.
That's what they have to do. They have to hone it in because you have gone on a galactic scale at this point. You've gone almost as big as the universe will take you, aside from certain characters that don't really exist within the realm of Marvel.
No, I'm gonna.
So the only logical way to go forward is to go smaller.
You're going to want to say that louder.
Go smaller.
Maybe,
am I right?
Or bigger.
Well, you just want to...
No, you can't go bigger. They've already gone as big as they can.
He is Giant Man as well. But you want to zone in. Like, you want to give it more of a real feeling to it. And I think that's something that Paul Rudd really does well. Even Evangeline Lilly, she really played the human aspect of it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say here, in my opinion, I think casting saved this movie. I think this movie bombed if Paul Rudd wasn't attached to it. Even if you had Michael Douglas and Evangeline Lilly.
I can't tell if she's hot.
And
is that weird?
Well, she's Canadian,
Is
so
she hot?
bonus points there. Yeah, she's a good-looking lady for sure.
As long as she's not crying.
I'm kind of biased though because I can't fucking stand her in Lost. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's just it's so. I mean, she's a good-looking lady, absolutely. And I think without Paul Rudd in this role, he brings a charm, like and again, almost like a Han Solo. Like he
adds levity to
he's like a roguish. He's the boyish rogue that has that charm and I don't want to say swagger, but I mean he's got that element to him that makes him lovable.
That's what Marvel is really good at doing, because if you look at things like, again, Chris Pratt, he brings levity to super serious situations.
Yeah, and that's the similar thing too. Like he's kind of like
Chris Hemsworth.
He's kind of like Chris Pratt. No, more Chris Pratt, I'd say.
Rudd's
performance is more in line.
You got to
with
see the
Pratt's.
new Vacation trailer with Hemsworth.
Yeah.
He hangs dong.
But we're talking Marvel Universe here, and I think I really think dongs. I think is that where he's hiding Mjolnir the hammer?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Thanks for that mental image, guys.
Yeah.
14-year-old girl, I'm sure appreciate it more, but
no.
Alas.
But yeah, I think Rudd really saved the movie. Because I think if it tried to be any more serious than it did get, I think the more serious the movie got, and it does get a little serious, it actually gets a little boring. And this is 3/4 into the movie when they're trying to set up a few things. It kind of goes into snooze town, and even my son, who was a big fan like Totes was, weeks before this came out,
I still am.
He got kind of bored near the end. He's like, "Oh God, when are they going to get to the fight scene at the end? Because this is fucking boring." And I was surprised to hear that because I was actually enjoying the movie. I like those movies.
That's because it was a heist themed movie.
I don't know, but I guess let's get down to the story itself, and I guess we'll try to not.
We're gonna dissect this.
Not going too much into story, into spoilers, I guess. But I mean, overall,
Hank Pym is Ultron.
Yeah. Overall, how do we feel about the story here, guys? I mean, I don't mind it. I actually think it's a better story than the Avengers 2, to be honest with you.
How would you compare it to Iron Man 1, though?
You know what? I said this to you right in the beginning. I felt like this felt very Iron Man 1 to me. Like I can't remember his name, Darren something or other is the main villain /
Darren Cross.
Darren Cross, yeah. He felt like Obadiah to Tony Stark. Yeah, like he's all, I missed you. Now we're buddies, and then I'm going to totally fuck you over.
Except he wasn't riding a Segway, smoking a cigar.
Yeah. And I mean, he's just like, I don't know. He was kind of a really stereotypical villain.
Very much a mirror, I thought, to Iron Man 1. We're going to weaponize this technology. We're going to, the main guy is totally sucking up to Michael Douglas's character, Hank Pym. Which, by the way, God fucking damn it. Does that not look like Pym Industries, the logo? I made jokes to Toast like, the Steam summer sale's happening when all the alarms are ringing, because the logo, I swear to God, looks like the goddamn Steam logo. This is ridiculous.
The old Steam logo. Oh, no, the current one,
the
too.
The current one, yeah. It's just got the extra line and whatever.
See, the thing is, Yellow Jacket and its production was actually just a cover for Half-Life 3.
Oh, conspiracy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Toast just got a little hard. Left 4 Dead 3?
Yeah.
Is this yellow? The Yellow Jacket? I don't know.
Left 4 Dead 2 is yellow. Yeah. Come on. Rest of the class on page 52 here. What I really did appreciate, though, with the whole flushed out universe thing, they did touch on the original Wasp. And they didn't go into Hank Pym beat her, but she's still in the storyline of the movie, which is cool.
Now, I didn't know what to expect, but I was kind of, I don't know, not taken aback, but I thought it was weird that Wasp kind of looked identical to Ant-Man. Like, I thought they were supposed to have different looks. And Pym's Wasp and I guess the original, Pym's Ant-Man and then Pym's wife Wasp look exactly the same. They're both wearing the red and black suit that's very similar to the Ant-Man suit. I thought they were supposed to have different looks.
They tell you why later, though.
I guess, because they're making another suit.
Yeah.
But I thought even in the 60s comics, the Wasp looked very different from... And I guess, again, it's probably just Disney rebooting their universe and doing whatever they want to do, which is fine.
On a side note, I would like to ask our viewers, how many of you motherfuckers actually stayed for both end credit scenes?
Yes.
Not many movies have 2 end credit scenes, and a lot of fans have begun to expect end credits. But Fantastic Four just recently came out saying that they weren't having any end credit scenes, and apparently there's a little bit of uproar about that. But that's where they touch on the new Wasp.
And actually, one of our viewers' sister, Joel Jolly, his sister Rena, I don't know if she listens to our show, and if she does, thank you very much. But she actually had posted on Facebook there was 2 scenes. I was expecting the one for sure. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, wasn't that nice of you? Because then obviously we stayed, right, to watch both scenes. So,
oh, bro, trust me, I knew.
Yeah, I didn't. That's why I'm giving her the shout out there.
People left by then too.
Yeah, yeah, half the people cleared out after the second.
I would say 90% of the audience left before even the first one.
Yeah, no, they started to, and I think a bunch of people sat down again. But definitely after the mid-credit scene, everyone pieced out, and so it's like there's still another scene.
It's like, guys, wait, don't go,
don't do it.
But no one gave a fuck.
They're setting up for stuff.
And I think that the last scene was more epic than the mid-credit scene, because that's setting up Civil War right there. Actually, it looks like it's actually kind of partway into Civil War, not so much setting it up. Like they're already deep in Civil War at that scene.
I think you're just drinking the Kool-Aid, and it is a prelude to it.
Well, maybe. I don't know. It's been a while since I read those books, but it seemed like it was kind of happening already.
Well, I mean, it could be that they're basically going to be releasing the information of who the Winter Soldier is to the government because, well, if they release the information to the public, he's known as a war criminal against other countries, right, including the States.
I guess, yeah.
So that's why either of them would be on either side. I don't know. It could be either or.
It's up to interpretation because the last credit scene is definitely a lot shorter than the mid-credit scene. It's a very quick thing that happens, and you're left wondering, the fuck?
I don't know about you guys, but there was a few moments in the movie that, even though it wasn't a comedy moment, I burst out laughing. Yeah,
I'm glad they went a lot of humor. Like the story it is a very serious story. It's almost like a spy story.
Michael Pena stole the movie for me.
Yeah,
I loved his character actually.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I thought it was Paul Rudd was very good and he carried that movie for sure. But what's that gentleman's name again?
Michael Pena.
Yeah, he was a perfect
he's like a sidekick
supporting actor / sidekick. He really helped flesh out some of the comedy. And
yeah, I mean, I felt in terms of Paul Rudd's role, he was just being Paul Rudd. He just was that sarcastic, funny douchebag. Well, then
you see his wife too, and you're like, "What the fuck is this? A Judd Apatow movie?"
I was talking to Magnetic after the movie as well, and the scene where he goes to his daughter's birthday party, I was like, "What is this? This is 40?"
The sequel?
Yeah, it felt like that,
and it does, and I don't think it hurts it.
How insane would that be if it was actually his family from This Is 40?
That'd be a weird expanded universe.
Holy crap!
Where's Leslie Munn?
She's got to poop. Sense.
Yeah, mind blowing. I thought the special effects were on par. I when you see young Michael Douglas walk in the beginning.
It was good. CGI has definitely come really far because they digitally de-aged Michael Douglas.
Yeah, it was so cool. I was looking at that going, wow, this is really, really
It wasn't as
impressive.
Mechanical and robotic as, I can't remember his name from Tron. It wasn't as mechanical as that, but it was definitely noticeable, especially when he looked around a lot. But aside from that, I think we're making great leaps.
And see, for me, and I guess this is because I'm a little bit older, I was more shocked to see young Michael Douglas walk in because I didn't know what to expect, right? So for me, I've seen him as a younger actor.
Bro, you didn't know it was crossed with Wall Street?
And and he looked more like Black Rain Michael Douglas, And I was kind of shocked at how good it looked. So I wasn't looking at it with the same eye maybe you guys were, you were looking at it purely from a technical aspect. But I was kind of just shocked at first, going, "Oh shit, Michael Douglas went in a time machine to do this movie, and it's so cool."
It's not something that's jarring enough to take you out of the movie at all, which is amazing because I know there's going to be some graphics where it would look better on a PC.
Oh, ouch!
Yeah, that was
better at 60 FPS.
Yeah. All the P's.
Sound quality wasn't great. I should have watched that movie with my Astros on.
Take that, Xbox One.
So yeah, I thought, and the ants look cool. Like the special effects, I thought were very, very good, and I guess they had to be because what would this movie be without it?
Yeah, especially the the parts where Paul Rudd was interacting with the ants close up, and there's that one part.
Here's the thing though, real quickly. Here's the thing that bothered me, and I just remembered it again. I want to bring this up, and I guess it's for the movie's sake. For pacing, but why the fuck is he talking to the ants? When he gets that device, he's just going to mentally think what he wants them to do. He doesn't have to talk to them, but he's talking to them like people.
Yeah, well, maybe
people can be nice, okay?
He gets an emotional attachment to it, like...
He named one of them.
I know, but throughout these, good job, guys. They don't care. You're mind controlling them.
Yeah. How sad were you when Antony bit the...
Did he, though? Did he?
Yeah.
We don't know. We didn't see a body.
You saw a wing.
Right? But he's got like 4.
That should have been the third after credits scene.
Who knows? He's an ant. He could be in all of them.
Yeah, but
so yeah, I'm just that was kind of weird to me. Like, I guess it's because you don't want to have too much dead scenes where he's not doing anything or not speaking, and it's just action. But it was just like, dude, you don't need to talk to them. They're like your slaves, for fuck's sakes. You just think what you want them to do, and they're going to do it.
Well, not to jump around too much, but the thing that really stood out, where the movie really kicks into high gear, at least what I think, is the heel turn of the villain. When he traps Scott Lang in that little canister.
Yeah.
And you were making fun of his little weapons, even though they came in handy in almost every circumstance.
Yeah, his little, I don't know what even hell to call them.
Like, miraculously handy, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I went to the molecule, whatever, quantum zone, and I popped this mechanical device, and now I'm just big again.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was kind of hoping it would go the opposite direction, and it would turn him into Giant Man. When he got out of the quantum zone.
And that's the other thing, too, what I thought about. I'm like, Hank Pym warns them, don't fuck with the belt or the whatever it's called, modulator. And otherwise you're going to go into this dimension and you'll just keep shrinking forever and you'll lose track. So what does he do? Fucks with it. I'm just going to shrink to an atom and then...
He needs to save his daughter.
Well, did he though? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it was the same thing as the nuke. He couldn't get through the armor.
Okay, sure. You know what? I'll let that go, but... so he says don't fuck with the belt. So the first thing you do is you just fuck with the belt, like. And you're not like a physicist or an expert like Pym is in the field. So you just decide to jam shit into the belt and hope it works.
No, he is a technical expert because he spends half the movie building devices.
Yeah. I guess it just seemed kind of. I'm just going to put this in. It's going to work. Like, okay, cool.
I think it's one of those things that was edited out, explaining like his technical know-how because it was just trying to cram like 3 different origin stories into the movie.
I guess.
How have we not addressed the elephant in the room, which is the fight between the villain, Yellow Jacket, and Ant-Man? That was so cool.
It was, and it wasn't. And this is where. This is
very vague.
This is really where when I can't wrap my head around this being part of the Marvel universe. And like I was saying before earlier when you were talking about how cool it was when he was shrinking and growing, and you see like the little trains fall off and stuff. It serves the movie very well, but it also minimizes the action in my mind after you see the destruction in New York or the gigantic space battles of Nova being saved from one of the Infinity Stones, and you see a train set.
Yeah, but how many times can you destroy New York?
No, I get that. I'm just saying I love this movie as a non-Marvel movie, if that makes sense. When I try to wrap my head around this as being part of the same universe of things going on, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I think it's best to reserve judgment on that until Civil War.
Maybe, yeah. I'm just saying, but the special effects with the fight scenes, yeah, they were cool. But when you see them minimized, it's neat to show that, yeah, when they're small, the world is a lot bigger.
But they also incorporated things like when Yellow Jacket was standing on the train tracks, just zapping ants as Ant-Man and the Horde was running at him. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was cool. It just, like I said, it serves the movie very well. But in my opinion, it also kind of minimizes what's happening too, and that's on purpose. But again, I keep thinking like Thanos, and I keep thinking like the Infinity War that's going to happen, and the Civil War that's going to happen, and all these big power players, and then there's
let's do a hypothetical then. If they were to fight, say, in the Avengers warehouse, and they kept transitioning from small to large, from small to large, whenever they were doing like a move or whatever, would you think it would be cooler?
I think if it was done properly, it might be cool. Like I just think. I need to see, I guess, the bigger picture. Like, and it sucks that Joss Whedon's
Just
no
wait
longer
for Captain America to throw the shield with Ant-Man on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, something cool where he's contributing to the team in general. It might help with wrap my head around it, but like from this movie, and like I said, I don't want to seem like I'm shitting on this movie because it's not shit. Like I thought it was going to be, but I thought it was very enjoyable. I just can't see it as a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
But with the Thomas the Tank Engine blasting
That was
through
awesome,
the...
yes.
I was like, okay, somebody's got to call Doctor Strange, please.
Yeah, the thing I found strange about
Huh?
didn't even, I think I found interesting about that part was that this was going on, and you know, just prior to that, the entire like Pym company headquarters gets
Obliterated
zapped into another dimension, and like the Avengers don't show up at all, and like this isn't, you know, taking place over.
Yeah,
like,
well,
2
who
minutes.
knows though? I
And-
mean, maybe this is they could fit that in timeline wise pretty easy.
Yeah.
Oh, this was going on during
just like-
the
well,
Ultron
the
thing,
movie
right?
to make no, because they're crashing cities.
Oh, okay.
But to your theory, when you said that it's mid Civil War for the end credit scene,
yeah.
if they're starting the first parts of Civil War when the movie's going on, they're going to be a little bit too busy with
Yeah,
just
because there's a
disappearing.
lot of shit
That's
going
true.
on.
I'm just wondering because, like, I mean, we don't know for sure what kind of time lapse it is, but by the fact that they go to Captain America's little base there.
Oh, you mean the Avengers headquarters?
Was that the real?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a giant
Oh,
A on it.
No, that's the new Avengers facility.
Yeah, the
Oh,
West,
okay.
the
I
West
did-
Coast Avengers.
I didn't realize that
are-
was
No,
for.
it's just called the new Avengers.
I know, but in the
Okay.
comics, it's the West Coast.
I didn't realize
No,
that
the West
was
Coast is
the
Moon Knight,
headquarters for
bro.
all of them. But
Yeah, but Moon Knight's not.
regardless,
In
I
the
mean,
Fucking should be.
the movie kind of doesn't imply that it's very far away from where all this is taking place. You know, like
Yes.
you
Yeah.
think that
Well,
they'd
it's
be able
it's
to get
all
there really
in
fast.
one city.
Yeah.
Because I think Fantastic Four is
a lot of it's New
uptown,
York. A lot of it's just New York.
and then
for
Pete,
the most part, yeah.
Pete is in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Both of them, I think.
Spider-Man, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't think so. No, Brooklyn is Daredevil's.
No, Brooklyn is also Peter Parker and Miles Morales.
Or maybe it's Hell's Kitchen. Sorry,
Hell's Kitchen is-
I like how they
Daredevil.
reference Spider-Man as well. At the
Yes.
end. That was cool.
Yes, it's very brief.
We got
though.
guys
Yeah.
that can climb walls.
Yeah, and,
Oh,
you know,
buddy.
I like that Marvel's got that franchise back. I guess I would like to see some X-Men involvement at some point in time.
And both Magnetic and I had a big nerd moment in the movie when they call out Tales to Astonish. We were the only ones that got that reference.
Yes, absolutely. It was cool, and like, yeah, I don't know. I like this movie for what it is, and as long as I turned my brain off and didn't try to wrap my head around everything that's going on in this universe, because this movie is part of a bigger picture, right? I mean, Disney/Marvel Studios, they're trying to set up Civil War, which is going to lead into Infinity War.
Eventually.
Yeah, I mean, but these are things that are definitely happening, right? Like, they're setting these building blocks are already being put in place, and these things are being set in motion.
Yeah, but you forget that there's other films in between the big
I know, but
Avengers films.
these are all leading up to that big
Are they,
picture, right?
Are they going to extend the contracts of most of the actors then? Because
Well-
I heard that some of them don't really want to keep doing these
Yeah,
forever, you
that's
know,
the
like-
thing too.
Chris Evans wants to try his hand at directing, so he'll probably... Well, that's why...
Like, how are they
actually,
gonna do
that's
that,
why Civil
though?
War is happening.
Yeah.
Because in the storyline of Civil War, Captain America gets imprisoned by S.H.I.E.L.D., and so that's...
Assassinated eventually.
Well, let's just...
Get hits by a time bullet. Sorry.
Okay.
Speculation.
Well, it happened to comics.
Yeah, like Captain America, he's going to be leaving with that. Thor has to deal with Ragnarok still, which is in Phase 3, and it's after Civil War, so he's probably not even going to be.
So
in
we get the
Civil
fucking
War.
Horse Avengers led by Falcon and all those other bullshit people at the end of the Avengers too that nobody wants to see.
Scarlet Witch. Are you kidding me? Vision.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm so in.
Quicksilver and I don't know.
He won't be in the next movie in case you haven't seen Age of
Oh
Ultron.
yeah, did he die? Did he for sure die? Because I thought they were saying in an interview there's some way that he could come back too. Especially
Spoilers for Age of Ultron. Quicksilver is super fucking dead, and
he
they've,
got shot. Yes, a
they've
lot.
already confirmed that he is not coming back.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, in the comics, that doesn't always mean death. I mean, he could be an Inhuman or he could be whatever. And...
No, what doesn't mean death is when you don't see them die. That means there's potential for them to come back. He straight up died on
Well,
camera.
it's the movies though.
He
and
gets
it's Hollywood.
obliterated.
Yeah, well, whatever. But I mean, even still, though, it's even less cool now. Like, 'cause Quicksilver was kind of neat. He was kind of like the Quicksilver from the X-Men movies. It was neat to see the speed. And I just think it's a major disaster if at least one of those guys isn't back in the Avengers. And, you know, and sorry to
I think
Black Widow, but I mean, it can't be her or Hawkeye. It's got to be one of the major guns that has to be back in the Avengers for people to give a shit, I think. Because people will still go see it, but I don't think it's going to draw the kind of audiences.
It's going to really mess with the continuity that they've established, right? Like,
yeah.
You guys have Hulk.
Yeah, but he's not really compelling. He's just a wrecking machine.
But once Doctor Strange joins, they're both part of the Defenders, which is pretty cool.
Maybe, but Doctor Strange isn't going to be part of the Avengers, like the third Avengers movie. I'm just saying, if you don't get like one of those guys back, it's going to be super weird and awkward, I think.
Are the previous Hulk movies considered canon?
Nope. I
thought they were.
Not Ang Lee's Hulk.
The Eric Bana one?
Just the Incredible Hulk is, I think, considered canon.
The Edward Norton one?
Yes.
Yeah. That is? Okay.
Yeah. Because when you look at the Phase whatever movies, like Joseph has on his Guardians of the Galaxy DVD, it actually shows some Phase 1 stuff.
By the way, they just announced the Phase 2 collection.
Yeah, which is awesome.
$229 of awesome US. Ooh, there goes.
And which is why they're also getting General Ross. That's his name. From
Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt Ross, but that's his code name. Or
doesn't he turn into Red Hulk?
He eventually becomes Red Hulk. Yeah, so he's confirmed too. So yes, Incredible Hulk is continuity in this universe.
But what they're trying to establish is the new Avengers. That's actually what they're called in the comics.
Yeah, but does anyone give a shit about these new heroes?
Bro, I so do.
But you love everything, though. You love everything that has to do with any kind of hero genre.
That's true, but the new Avengers is like, it's almost led by Doctor Strange.
If it is, and Cumberbatch is a part of it, that's something that would definitely draw me in.
Well, I told you my theory about the cinematic universe, right?
I don't think so.
I might have just told it to one of our viewers, Joel, who was pretty hype over it. He thought it was dank, as Daryl would say. Basically, I think that they're going to be doing away with the original Avengers cast for Civil War. That's going to be their exit strategy. They're going to establish the new Avengers entering into Infinity War Part 1. They're going to get into a huge war with Thanos. It's going to be a big, drawn-out battle, even with the Inhumans and everything. And then Part 2 of the Infinity War will be the original Avengers returning to help aid in the fight from whatever they were dealing with, on top of possibly Guardians, but I don't think Guardians is associated with it.
Everyone gets associated with the Infinity War. Thanos kills a lot.
Well, they said for the movie that they may not be. Like, James Gunn has actually said that he doesn't know if Guardians are going to be part of it yet.
In the comics, everyone's involved, and Thanos actually kills.
Which they should be.
Thanos kills most of the Marvel Universe, but when
Which won't happen.
Yeah, it still could technically, because when Adam Warlock gets the Infinity Gauntlet, for all intents and purposes, you're God. So he actually goes back in time and fixes everyone's deaths, basically, and prevents Thanos from ever getting the thing. And then it becomes this big... He has to go face this galactic, council, where they decide whether he's worthy enough to have that kind of power. And then later on, Adam just says, "Fuck you, who are you to judge me? I'm a god." And then he himself decides to break up the gems, and the Infinity Watch gets made. That shitty comic that never did anything. But
wasn't it called the Illuminati? Thank you, not the Infinity Watch.
No, when Adam Strange breaks his gauntlet, like he gives his gems to certain people, and it's called the Infinity Watch because they're all guardians of the gems.
One of them is Charles Xavier. One of them is Black Panther. One of them is Namor. One of them is Tony Stark. Doctor Strange.
Well, one of them is like he looks like that motherfucker in Hercules, that centaur, like the little whatever guy. I think his name was Pip the Troll. He gets a gem, and then there's this chick called Moondragon. She got a gem. There's a bunch of like heroes you never heard of that got these gems. And they were trying to relaunch comics in the 90s called the Infinity Watch. The Illuminati is a thing, though. They're the ones who start off something else, though. But
Thanks a lot, Obama.
Adam Warlock actually splits his stones up into the C cast, and it's whatever. But
so what we can expect for the war is when they're writing the movie, they're gonna sit down and be like, all right, so whose contracts are about to expire?
Yeah, and who can we not afford or don't want to pay to renew? Robert Downey.
For me, Robert Downey is on the level of Hugh Jackman, though.
I think Robert Downey is the one guy you have to renew. He's the guy that you gotta respect and you gotta love. He's the one who made all this shit happen with Iron Man 1. He's the guy who launched this all from the ground up. And really, people
Also,
love seeing him.
Yeah,
also, he's the one superhero associated with almost every division of the Avengers, including Guardians.
He's also absolutely perfectly cast.
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
role. Like it would be very, very hard to find someone else who could do that role in
Yeah.
the future. You know.
And as long as he wants to do it, I say let him do it. I mean,
Henry Cavill.
people really want to see him as Iron Man, just like people really want to see Jackman as Wolverine. And you know what? I love going on a little bit of a
Surprise
side
audience,
thing, but
another tangent.
yeah, I love that Jackman is probably doing, and I think he kind of gave it away at Comic-Con.
No, I think you're reading a little bit too much.
Old
into
Man
it.
Logan is going to be his last Wolverine movie, and I hope that's true because he says it at Comic-Con. Old Man Logan.
No, he says, for the people, this is my goodbye to the Wolverine role. All I can say is Old Man Logan.
Yes, and I hope that means that his last movie is going to be...
It would be awesome, but I don't think he was hinting at it.
I hope so. I mean,
I think-
why else would he say that?
I think they're trying to test the waters because, like, if you see what Deadpool did, they released that test footage and then they're like, "Oh, it was quote unquote leaked."
I don't think they need to do that with that franchise, though. It's done pretty well. He's been
Yeah.
Wolverine a long
Are
time,
they-
and the Old Man Logan storyline it's already been tested with readers.
Well,
I mean,
it's
people love
what
that
the
story.
current canon is as well.
Are they doing another X-Men movie after Apocalypse?
I don't think so, but Jackman has confirmed that he is in Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a big role, but he's definitely a part of that.
No, what they're moving on after Apocalypse is Gambit.
Yes, Gambit will get his own
Channing
solo
Tatum.
film. Yeah,
Channing.
Gambit double XL.
Yeah. Throw Kevin Nash in there.
It's not a staff he's using; it's a stripper pole he can set up anywhere.
I think Dukes has one of those.
Ooh, set up in his house.
Can confirm.
No, you just set it up
He
anyway.
just carries it wherever he wants to go.
Yeah. I mean, like playgrounds, libraries.
You never know when you have to entertain ladies on a whim, right?
Yeah, old folks' homes, anywhere.
Yeah, so it'll be that. I think they're gonna try to reboot X-Men. I don't know because now they've got young Jean Grey, young Scott Summers, and
Sansa Stark.
Wait,
I think she's really good. I think that was
Is
a really
Jean
good
Grey?
casting choice.
How long-
Young Storm.
how long does Fox still have with the rights for X-Men?
10
don't
years, I think.
know.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
It's a long time.
Yeah, they have.
Until Disney buys it back off them
Yeah,
eventually.
for a shitload of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they're trying to. I think they're going to try to definitely reboot this. Like it doesn't make sense. I guess Sony's really trying to capture that Marvel magic that's going on at Disney. But I
It's
don't know.
Fox.
Whatever. Doesn't Sony have the rights to?
Spider-Man.
I thought they had X-Men as well.
No.
I
X-Men
thought
and Fantastic Four are
Fox
Fox.
only had rights to Fantastic Four
And X-Men.
Well, we could be wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong. You could be wrong. I guess we'll. I guess
I know I'm right.
Sure. I don't know. I think that should be left alone too. Just like Spider-Man. I don't want to see another Spider-Man reboot as well. It's kind of been done, and we've had 2 reboots. And why? For the love of God,
Reboot.
why?
Yeah.
There's so many other characters. I mean, fuck. Show me Moon Knight already. I know you have a hard on for him, but I'd rather see something different than another goddamn Spider-Man reboot or X-Men.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing with Batman, right? Like, we've seen the origin story so many times.
Yeah.
It's like,
Give me Ron the Space Knight already.
I don't know. Speaking of that,
Why do you keep pushing Rom this
Because
space
he's
Knight?
awesome.
I'm really hoping that with the new DC universe they're establishing, they're going to really stick with that for a while, and it's not going to be like 10 years from now they're redoing Superman's origin story, Batman origin.
Oh, we don't talk DC now?
No,
I'll
I'm
talk DC.
just throwing that out there because, like,
Really?
yeah,
You're a fan of this thing called DC?
I mean,
Fuck Ant-Man and Marvel. Let's
we're
go.
at a
Batman
time
versus
right now
Superman.
though where Marvel has really established all like the origin stories of the characters that it needs to,
Yes.
and like well, you know, aside from these movies like Ant-Man coming out kind of randomly, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but at the same time, DC really has yet to do that, right?
Budget has to be an
So-
issue, I think. Disney's got that Satan money, right? Like they can just they can just pay whatever they want. Whereas, Warner Brothers, who knows like if they can afford like once Cavill gets really big and he's becoming a bigger star now. I mean, and like it or not, Ben Affleck's a big star too, and he's a great director, and he's super
hot right now.
Yeah, and he's had an amazing last 5-7 years.
Not attractive. But, well, I mean, I'm assuming some people find him attractive.
But when these guys get more
Matt Damon especially.
Yeah, when these guys get more expensive though, and you keep going further into these movies, can they afford to keep these guys, or do they need to recast or reboot?
I mean, given the fact that WB apparently can't pay decent companies to fucking do PC ports for their games.
Ouch.
Because they're spending it all on their movies.
Yeah, maybe they should.
So who knows? And that's the same problem Disney's facing right now by the looks of it too, right? Is these guys, Chris Evans is probably his next contract if he signs for Captain America. It's gonna be a fuck ton of money. Robert Downey Jr. he can pretty much do what he wants.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere that Downey Jr. said he would like to keep doing Iron Man, but not indefinitely, because he feels like, I don't want to be at that point where I'm too old to pull this character off, and I'm just doing it because people want to see that.
Yeah.
He wants to kind of get out, leave people wanting more, which isn't a bad thing. I think that's also a good thing, but he still feels he's got a few movies left in him, so he'll probably do one movie contract per one movie contract, and he can probably ask whatever the fuck he wants.
I think they'll, pun intended, phase him out slowly over time.
Well, you got to though. He's 50. Eventually you're gonna have to, and that's the great thing. Again, flipping back to Hugh Jackman, he knew that was gonna happen. He said it a while ago.
You just can't get your minds off the Jack dudes.
Yeah, huge Jackman. You know what? I love him though. He's such a fantastic human being. I don't know him personally, obviously, but everything I read about the guy and everything he's done, publicly and for other people, and just his attitude in general, he loves the Wolverine role, and he's so grateful to that role. There's a lot of actors that hate their big role that they got, had to start in, and he loves Wolverine.
That's why I'm making the prediction right now. Dwayne The Rock Johnson as Black Adam is going to be amazing.
Yeah, maybe. Because
he does have that charisma, and he does really want to get into that role.
Yeah, and I love that. Going back with I just like people that are that kind of humble, and they have that respect for the character and for the role. And he knew he had to exit out, and so instead of doing it forever, let's make this last movie. And Robert Downey Jr. wants to do the same thing, and good on him. And so you have to phase these guys out, I guess, eventually. And it's just, how do you do it is probably the key thing. And I guess because I don't care for change, going back to the new Avengers, I guess I don't know. Maybe this movie's going to blow my mind and be great, but initially I'm probably going to be a little salty that I don't get and I love the Boy Scouts. I mean, I love Captain America. I even kind of like Thor the way he's done in this franchise.
Dukes loves the Boy Scouts too, but he's no longer allowed to be a true master. So,
but there's all those restraining orders.
Yeah, I mean all of them. It looks like just a Bible. It was so thick.
So it'll be interesting. I don't know. What's the next big movie though?
Batman v Superman?
No, the next Marvel movie, I guess.
Doctor Strange or Black Panther. It's one of those two.
I don't know what to expect. I'm kind of looking forward to Doctor Strange, but there's really no details about Black Panther, is there? We don't have a story synopsis yet, do we?
No, I think it'll be started in Civil War is the next one, I think, actually.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, maybe. I just...
Because Ant-Man is the lead-in to Civil War.
So Captain America 3 is just going to be called Civil War then?
Oh, I think it's called Captain America Civil War.
Is the third Cap movie, okay.
I think.
And then I guess Black Panther will happen somewhere...
Well, he'll be
mid-war?
Introduced into that, so I think it'll be Civil War, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Ragnarok,
does
Captain Marvel, Guardians 2.
Does X-Men Apocalypse happen before Cap 3? Or is that roughly the same time?
It might be next summer. I don't know.
All right. That's it for our thoughts on Ant-Man in general with the Marvel Universe as well, too. And I know we don't say this every episode, but, thanks to everyone who listens to our show. We really appreciate it. And, again, I just kind of want to say that, a lot of our show is just our opinions on things. We're not reporting on facts or news. We're just a bunch of guys who love this shit and love talking about this shit. And we're just super happy that anyone who's actually listening to our show actually enjoys our opinion on it, too. So thanks a lot, everybody. We really, really appreciate all of you guys tuning in. And as always, hit us up on our Facebook group.
Slide into our DMs.
Yeah. We love to hear from you. We have the email as well, m4mpcast@gmail.com. yeah, don't be afraid to talk to us and ask us things. And hell, even if you want to be on the show, I mean, if you live in our city and you know us, or even don't, and what the hell, I don't know. If you wanna be on the show, I mean, why not? We love interacting with our listeners, and we love hearing what you have to say. And why not? Why not be part of the conversation? I think it just makes things more interesting and more fun to get other perspectives. I know we've already had a couple different co-hosts on, and we've had a blast, and I'm pretty sure they did. I'm hoping they did. So
we'd like to hear you guys' feedback too on what you guys thought having a fourth person is. I just don't want it to become like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where everybody's just shouting over each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks,
so
guys.
again, thanks a lot, guys. We really appreciate it.
Love you.